For me, it's a challenge to make sculpture because the idea of making sculpture is so much about physical reality. The things are made out of material and there are forms, there are reality. And what it challenges me is that if one is able to transform and to make, say, the object is not solid anymore, it takes away its solidity. So you want to make, I mean, for me, is to making the object is that it loses its gravity, it becomes weightless, and this is a challenge. So the material is almost become non-material. As one knows, the creative energy of the world is in a form of a rotation. And the potential energy for this rotation is what is called heat. And if one is able to take the four elements, the heat, cold, and dry and wet, and put it inside this circle of rotation, they are able to lose their nature and transform from one to another. And finally, perhaps they become one. One could ask how one can come close to such an experience. I would say by coming close to the word which is called intermediate word. A word that exists between sensible and spiritual, between visible and invisible. I have become more elemental. I think that was also a need to return to the interior of the earth, where I can see, because the world is made out of, is like a mirror, is made out of reflection. What is, when one is able to contemplate upon this interior of the earth, one is able to recognize the inward change that happens within oneself or within the cosmos above. Making art, in my view, is a contemplative act, so in a way it's very private. But it leaves the imprint on the object. And the only necessity of making an exhibition is that one is able to transform this imprint into an audience. For this reason, if one looks at the concept of exhibition becomes important. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. I don't think other issues which is involved, which can be either political or it can be to do with media and all that, it's irrelevant. The only relevance that it has is when one can actually leave an imprint into a person that can look at the work.
The quality of press lunches is improving.
Yes, it is. We're taking a picture of us.
I see myself as a seeker of truth. One could ask, where is this truth? I would say that the truth has a space of its own, and this space is inside. This inward process of change its goal is transmutation. What I mean is, if one is able to take the form and transmute it into the symbol, the meaning becomes so transparent as the icon. For me, making art is that path, and the path is leading you somewhere. And perhaps one only knows about the present. One cannot say, where is tomorrow? It's impossible. Perhaps because the work that one makes is very contemplative, it needs pure space. So it's not interfered. Any other things could interfere and perhaps destroy this. And perhaps the best way of showing is really to do with this coldness. So that if there is any life, is within the object rather than within the surrounding.